Hi everyone and welcome to this, my video on applying trigonometry. Oh my goodness, very exciting. My name's Darren from Maths Guru. Thank you very much for watching and for finding this video. Hopefully you are well. What am I going to do? I'll come into that in just a moment, but can you do me a massive favour and subscribe to my YouTube channel? Yes, I know it's very needy and almost irritating at the start of every video, but so very few people find my content and I'm doing everything I can to help students. If you can subscribe to my YouTube videos, that would be great. You will not know how ridiculously happy I get at the end of the day when my subscriber count goes up by 3. It's nuts, I know, but if you can do that, that'd be great. And tell your mates, tell your teachers, really greatly appreciate it. Right, now let's get on to the funky stuff. What am I going to do? Well, I'm going to now know how to apply trigonometry in a range of complex problems, but in 2 dimensions, 3 dimensions, maybe a little bit later on. Now, what does that actually mean? Well, it's going to build on all of the videos I've done previously. And again, if you head over to mathsguru.com, then you can sign up for free. It's got all the stuff I'm about to write on, all the downloadable lesson notes, videos in sequence that covers the whole of the course, and so much more. So head over there. It's great. Right, SOHCAHTOA. By now, you should absolutely know how to use SOHCAHTOA, how to create each of the formulas, how to substitute it in, and now know how to use your calculator. Happy with that so far? Okay, fine. The point of maths is we teach you the basics and then try and trick you. Maths is nothing more than a big fat trick, I'm really sorry to say, yes. But what you now need to know is important terms that are going to try and mess with your head. Right angle triangles are everywhere. I've said that in previous videos. These questions now, you've got to look for right angle triangles, but also wording in the question. So an angle of elevation. When you elevate, you go up. Right, so what you want to now imagine is that you've got a straight line in front of you, and an elevation is the angle that you go when you go up. So if I'm looking that way, my angle of elevation is going to be when I turn and go up. So this here is my angle of elevation, and I'll try and draw that again. So if I am looking this way, and then I put my head up a certain angle, the angle I put my head up is my angle of elevation. Now again, if you look here, the diagrams, thank you very much, Cambridge, for letting me use your content. You guys really do smash it. I am so grateful. Thank you very much. But again, if this is where I'm starting to look and I look up, this here is my angle of elevation. Depression, not something to joke about in any way, shape or form. And if you are feeling depressed or talk to someone, please reach out and talk to someone. Yes, nothing worse than feeling low. Trust me, I have been there. If you need someone to talk to, let me know. But just find someone in your life you can talk to. A problem shared, nothing can be that bad, right? Please share it. Don't ever do anything silly. But an angle of depression is when you're feeling low, is when you're feeling down again. In this situation, I want you to think that depression is you're starting to look horizontal and then you start to look down. You look down and that is your angle there. So an angle of depression starting horizontal and then going down. Elevation is going up. How is that important to us? Well, you're going to now start having diagrams looking a little bit like this, for example, where we give you, I don't know, the ground, for example, and we give you a pole. And then we say you're on the ground and you're looking up to the top of the pole. Well, if I'm looking up, then I'm moving through an angle of elevation. So the angle here at 25 degrees would be an angle of elevation. Yes? But what about if I was at the top of a cliff? This could now be a cliff, and I'm looking this way at a boat that's down here. Well, if I'm starting horizontally and I'm looking down, then that there is an angle of depression. So getting the wording right is really important. But there is one massive trick here I need you to realize, and these are the Fuzix rules. I don't know if you've watched my videos on Fuzix, F, U, Z, and X rules. Right? They're otherwise known as co-interior, alternate, opposite, and the other one. I don't know. Can't remember. Because I call them Fuzix. But if you're looking at the Fuzix rules, well, you'll know that the Z rule is really important, because when I've got 2 lines that are parallel, the angle here and the angle here are exactly the same. And that's very important here, because what we notice is I've got parallel line and a Z for Zorro, if anyone knows who Zorro is, right? So what I know is that this angle here and that angle there are exactly the same. And it can make life easier knowing that, to be able to then draw my right angle triangles and use trigonometry and what have you. Now, again, if that was too quick, stop the video, go back, watch it again, slow it down, pause, think about it. All right, it's so important that you get the idea here. And it's important to realize that this angle here and this angle here will add to make 90 degrees. Why? Well, that's got to be a right angle as well. All of these things we use to trick you. So the angle of elevation, try that one again. The angle of elevation of the top of a tower from a point on the ground. So see what I mean here? I've got my point on the ground here. I've got a tower, I'm at the top.